And we're back with the Book of Unwritten Tales 2, and with all the extra sound effects from real life with cats and stuff. So we're playing Princess Ivo, and she's back home in the Elven Burrow Palace, whatever, and everything's super boring, and here is a bonsai tree.
A fairly small, unattractive tree.
Huh. I'd like to see how attractive you'd look if someone disturbed you on the pot in the morning.
You mean...
Anyway, what can I do for you, my little beauty?
The garden always looks fantastic, Arbor.
Thank you. It's a girt load of work. People always think elf gardens are fabulous by their very nature. But you need a mighty good gardener.
You have got green fingers.
Ah, that's just moss, my dear. Happens if you spend all day grubbing around in the earth and don't wash your hands properly in the evenings.
You tree shepherds do a great job.
Tree shepherds? The trees just stand there. What do they need a shepherd? However, I quite fancy one of those shepherd dogs. Hey, Rex, do you want to be my shepherd dog? Nah, my darling. I'm a gardener. Nothing more, nothing less.
What are you doing today, then?
What are you up to today, then? Got much on?
Oh, the usual. You know, it never rains in the Elf Burrow, but the flowers need their water, so I water them every day.
Ah, the curse of good weather.
The weather isn't the only thing which isn't right. I've been here 30 years, and for 30 years we've had autumn.
Time passes differently in the Elf Burrow. Slower.
Well, that's why everyone grows to be ancient here, obviously. But if we had a bit of normal weather in the usual seasons, there'd be a lot more variety here.
You and Father, you get along well, don't you?
Ah, no one understands more about nature than him, that's for sure. But I don't often ask him for help. Thinking has never got a field dug, if you get my drift.
He's just more of a theorist.
Ah, the mud on your feet, the smell of fresh earth, all that joy and life. And he's missing out on the lot by just sitting around up there and doing nothing.
Okay, let's see what the cat's doing. What are you doing, Sasha? Where are you going? Where are you going? Okay.
Mother put me on a diet this morning so that I'll look perfect for my wedding.
Oh, everything has to be perfect for her. No such thing in nature, of course. Or rather, everything is perfect if you just let nature run its course.
You tell that to Mother.
I have, many times. She'd be very clever in some things, but very daft concerning that.
Now then, she is the queen.
I'm old enough to be able to call a spade a spade. Spade, gardener, get it?
I have to get on.
Yep, got a bit to do myself. I just don't know what's wrong with that plant over there.
Oh, how cute he is! He's so
Your
cute.
mother got a whole heap of flowers given to her the other day from a fairy delegation. All of them took good and strong, just not that one.
Perhaps it needs a special type of soil or something.
Well, anything's possible. If I don't think of something soon, I'll have to ask your father. He can have a little chat with her and she might tell him what's up.
If you're going in, it'd be nice if you didn't tell my mother that you saw me out here.
Oh, you playing hooky again? My lips are sealed.
Oh, thank you. He's so cute. Oh, I love you, Arbor. You're so cute.
It doesn't look very well at all. It's unusual for flowers to hang their heads in this garden. Normally they blossom in our good earth, not to mention the power of Arbor's green fingers. If Arbor doesn't know what's wrong with the plant, then it's serious. Mother thought it was unseemly of the bees to build their hive in our garden. I don't think she could get used to the thought that she would no longer be the only queen here.
Lulz.
I convinced Mother not to have the hive removed, and she reluctantly agreed. However, should she be stung, then the hive's days are numbered.
The bees help with, tending the garden.
This is Mother's mirror. It's said that you can see into the furthest corners of the land and know what's happening in every part of the world. At the moment, it's no more than a shallow bowl. The water's missing. Mother pours water from various jugs into this bowl to cast a spell over the mirror. She did this almost daily in times gone by to ask the mirror who was the fairest elf in all the lands.
Really?
Ever since the mirror started to hesitate with the answer a few months ago, she hasn't been using it quite so much.
Okay, her mother seems really, really, like, full of herself. She seems to have a difficulty understanding any other
I don't know
person's
the names of all
perspective.
the plants in the garden. Grandmother knows them all, which is probably down to the fact that it was her that gave many of the plants their names a few thousand years ago.
Oh.
Shite beerwood, sweat tea, dodder flower, fat hen, bistort, stink root. We no longer invite her to family gatherings.
Lulz.
No idea what kind of bush this is, but its red fruit looks very yummy. If I learnt one thing in the woods, it's that you shouldn't eat anything you don't know, regardless of how yummy it looks.
Good. Good.
Arbor's pot, literally. The earth looks dark and rich with worms squirming around in it. Presumably it's the best earth in the garden. The earth looks dark.
Probably because it's his pot. Bird bath.
There's only a little water left in the bird bath. Cheep Cheep always says that it evaporates quickly. I, however, think that the constant need to replenish the water is more down to his unbridled joyous splashing and not insignificant body mass. There's only a little water left in the bird bath.
I think you're right.
There are elf-made ponds and streams all over the palace ground. Their water's said to have healing powers. No wonder considering where it comes from. Perhaps the water really does have magical medicinal properties. Even so, it can't protect me from what's going to happen. There are reeds and water lilies growing in the pond. Naturally, they were planted there. They don't grow in the wild so high up the mountains.
Ooh.
I can't think of any use for a water lily, but a reed could come in handy.
Take it. Yeah.
There are elf-made ponds.
Okay, pond. Water?
The spring brook emerges up there. It's still small here, but it becomes one of the largest and most important rivers in the woodland realm. The waterfall and I have been neighbours for so long that I don't really hear it anymore.
Huh. Entrance to the throne room.
That leads up to the throne room. Mother will be conducting the affairs of state with an iron will, whilst Pa leans against the tree of life, probably sleeping.
Her mother seems interesting. I thought maybe we could take the jug, get some water, and, you know, put it in the mirror or whatever.
Fresh water from the spring. People come from far. No, I'm not. Fresh water. People
Really?
come.
Really? You're not? Was such a great idea.
Pearls. Goodness knows what
Okay. I guess we can talk to Arbor or something, I don't know. Go over to Arbor, please. Oh, we can look at the Happy Willow, though. I want to look at the Happy Willow. Look at the Happy Willow. Look at the Happy Willow.
That's a weeping willow. It appears to be so content it looks anything but sad. The willow is stretching its branches up high into the sky with glee. One part of the waterfall's already lying in its shadow. If it continues to grow like that, it'll shade half the garden. That's a weeping willow.
Whee! Alright, now we're gonna go talk to Arbor. I have nothing better. Hey, Arbor.
Hi, Arbor.
Oh, Ivo!
Have you found out what's wrong with the plant yet?
Nope, I haven't. Everything looks proper. Earth is moist and nutrient-rich. The sun is shining. Difficult case. I'd quite like to smoke my morning pipe now, but... first work, then play.
See you later, Arbor.
See ya!
Okay. have a cut reed and a reed head.
I don't really know much about reeds or pipes, but if I'm not mistaken, then those things are called pipe cleaners. The reed from the garden pond. It's like a hollow pipe. Well, pipes are normally hollow.
No? Okay, can I use this with anything? Ooh.
Isn't there a turn of phrase like stirring up a bee's nest? I think the saying's trying to give us a warning.
Yeah, probably.
As long as the bees are wide awake and buzzing, I don't dare.
That's probably a good idea. Let's see if there's anything else we can do. Oh, we can look at the stone. We can look at the bench. Okay.
A lovely spot, so long as the bees who have built their hive directly above the bench don't disturb you. A lovely spot. I don't have any time to rest, and that's good. At last I've got something to do again.
Like what?
A handy smooth stone. Arbor's sheepdog.
Oh, I can take it. Hello. I don't know why, but I totes need it. If you walk over here, Ivo, I want to check again. Is there anything I missed? No, I don't think so. Alright, stone. Oh, never mind.
A handy smooth stone. Arbor's sheepdog.
Okay. Can we do any... Oh, I can throw it in the pond. I don't know why.
If it were possible to hit fish with stones, who'd need a rod?
Me? Can we do anything with it? I don't think so. Can we do anything over here? Not really. As usual, I'm completely confuzzled. But let's go up again in here and see if we can do anything with these thingies. No, not really. Okie dokies. He's still sleeping. No. 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 Okay. Right. Can we use this for anything? I don't know. You can still look at the bush.
No idea what kind of bush this... If I...
Okay. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we are completely stuck. And, yeah. That's just how it is. I want water, I think. Or something. I'm not sure. I think I've looked at all these things. Where's this pipe, though? Oh, I can walk to the library over here. Okay, that explains things. Hello. Oh, it's like a portal. But oh, hey, Monsters Inc.
Swords of all the idiots who have tried to conquer the elf burrow. It's become less frequent over the last few centuries. Humans and dwarves appear to have learnt their lesson. It's said that a ruler in the north wanted to build himself a throne out of all the swords of conquered enemies. Unfortunately, he died after only conquering one enemy when he refused to heed all the warnings and sat on the throne.
Oh dear. Why is there a Minecraft reference? Okay, we can probably do something with that later on. Okie dokie. Look at the hat! It's a hat here!
This flower clearly is one of the more exotic of the palace's flowers. It comes from a country in the deep south beyond the deserts. It's said that the flower of this plant used to be sent as a declaration of war, or if one wanted to deprive someone of all sense.
That seems awesome.
Why do so many people hate this flower? Perhaps it has an abhorrent smell.
Okay. Oh, it's
Now
trumpet.
that explains why this flower is classified as a weapon in 24 countries.
What? Really? It's classified as a weapon in 24 countries? Oh, okay. Ooh, hello.
What have we got here then?
That's a Rubik's Cube.
Uh-huh.
What? So many references to other things.
Ah, Almanac of Elf Medicine. That's what I've been looking for.
Ow!
Oops.
Be careful, if you please.
A speaking book?
An ill elf?
I haven't been feeling too well recently. I'm sleeping badly and have no appetite. I know that elves are very seldom ill, but if it's not that, then it must be some kind of magic or curse.
Seldom ill does not actually mean never ill.
True.
Elves can, for instance, suffer from a broken heart.
Oh, please.
Aww.
It is one of the most common causes of death amongst beautiful princesses.
Oh, really?
Oh, it must be something else.
Sensitive elves can sometimes suffer from the pains of the world. There are a variety of ear infections, and of course it could also be lupus. But I think it is something else.
Like what?
To be completely certain, you must mix a potion and drink it.
Are you serious?
Very.
Ill elf? So I look ill? What's wrong with me?
Take it easy, young one thing at a time.
Young one. I'm older than you.
And you look it too.
I
No, of course not, and I can also see no illness. But the mere fact that I've been fished out from the back of the shelf for the first time in centuries tells me that something is wrong.
True.
do. Are you actually qualified to make a diagnosis? And why can you talk?
I am a magical medicine book. That actually serves as an answer to both of your questions.
I've never encountered a talking book before.
Of course not. I am the only talking book here. That's the problem. In the magical library in Seastone, all books can talk. Things really get cooking there, believe me.
Oh.
You were probably given to us by someone from Seastone, right?
Right. I was a complete idiot and actually volunteered. As I am a book about elf medicine, I didn't get much to do in Seastone. I thought to myself, hey, this is your chance to get some practical experience. Wrong.
Yeah, we elves don't get ill much.
And more than that, you don't actually have much time for books. This is the center of the Elven kingdom, and just look at how paltry this library is.
True.
We don't have much use for books. We sing songs about times past, and many of us were there at the time.
Then that's probably also the reason why so many elves stand around in white.
What do you mean?
Allow me to elucidate. Over the years, the songs you elves sing will be changed. and adapted, a little here, a little there. This editorial process is nothing more than refined elvish propaganda, presenting them as intelligent and morally impeccable.
Oh.
And who can prove otherwise? There are no other witnesses, and there are no books.
I demand to know this instant what sort of illness I have.
Sometimes it's better not to know.
I can take it.
A placebo only works when one doesn't know that it is a placebo. Make the potion and then come back and drink it. Then we'll be sure.
And if it's lupus?
Have you been bitten by a wolf of late?
No.
Then it can't be lupus. No, I'm pretty sure it's something else. Now, that potion, drink it, and then I can tell you more.
All right, this potion, what goes in it?
It is very easy to make. You need to pound together the green fruit of a metis bush, a spoonful of honey and a red herring, and then mix with water into a viscous potion.
Oh, that sounds revolting.
It's medicine. It isn't supposed to taste nice.
And if I drink it, I'll be well again?
We will then at least know what is wrong with you.
This metis bush, where can I find one?
Haven't a clue. I'm just a book and have spent years sandwiched between dusty hymnals and a tome of revolting recipes.
A red herring? Are you serious?
Of course, why not? Red herrings are known all over the land as particularly useful fish. Their uses in the areas of medicine, cuisine, and literature are too numerous to mention.
Literature.
All right, so I've got a red herring. What are the potion's ingredients?
The green, you have to put everything...
Okay.
Thank you. I think that's all for now.
Normally, it's me that ends patient consultations. You are only a princess, but I am a doctor.
Okay. Let's take it easy. Go into bedroom. Stuffed monster!
A great example of the variety of our world's fauna. Some of the ideas Mother Nature has can be quite off the wall. Sometimes it's difficult to believe that some creatures in our world have developed naturally. They look as if some bored artist has dreamt them up.
Probably truth.
Goldsmithing, masonry, and a book about carpentry. Like all books in this library, it's a guest present. The logic behind this must be, those elves, they have so many beautiful statues and items of wood. They'll be really interested in this. Why don't we present them with a book about it? What they don't realise, though, is that if we're interested in a subject, then we'll already know pretty much all there is to know about the matter, and the book's of no use to us whatsoever.
Whee! Take a book.
Working with wood. There's a master whittler down in the valley. I've enjoyed watching him in the past. He carves animal figures so real that humans and dwarfs believe that they are actually animals turned into wood. This one's more about interiors, making furniture and the like. Plane the wood down by a pixie's thumb and saw the board into 2 equal length pieces. Who knows what that might be good for?
Well, you needed this elf medicine book, so...
Several books about animals, an atlas, a book about humans. Actually, more of a brochure. And what's this? Fishing for the moderately talented.
That could be interesting.
Perhaps there are a few practical hints and tips in the fishing book. A lucrative season with a successful technique doesn't just depend on the type and quality of your tackle, but also on a really good spot. It doesn't matter whether you jig, dip, toddle or feed. Wobblers, twisters, spinners, blinkers, poppers, jigs, jerks and live bait must be presented in the most enticing ways possible. I haven't the faintest idea what all that means. I presume my fishing talents are not quite advanced enough to enable me to use this book.
Ha! She put it in wrong. Look at books. Look at more books.
The Biggest Plant Book of Avantasia by Charles Mendel with illustrations by Alexander Bonpland. A standard reference book that Arbor always used to consult every now and then. However, he insists that he now knows it off by heart.
Mendel. Mendel is, isn't that the guy who, experimented with, genes, with flowers and stuff? So he was, like, sort of one of the fathers of genetics, or, like, of studying genes, I think. Or he did it with pea plants, I think.
Perhaps I can help Arbor solve the problem with that flower. Let's take a look.
Oh, it's green. How? Oh, okay. Read the entry about mandrakes. Magic beans.
Giant beans, also known as magic beans, are very rare. They are the fastest growing plant variety known. Because of the beans' high costs, they are almost exclusively used by the military, for instance, in storming high-walled castles. Killer tomatoes are the most devious of the meat-eating plants. Disguised as tomatoes, they hunt on allotments for defenseless humans. The tree of wrath bears fruit several times a year. These grapes of wrath are bad-tempered beasts that can lay whole areas to rack and ruin. Steel magnolias look like normal magnolias, but are some of the toughest plants on Earth. They can be softened using tragic women's stories and subsequently may be picked. Guard plants, Vigilia audriensis, belong to the oldest domesticated plants of humankind. They have been especially valued in times of famine as they do not require as much food as, for instance, dogs. They can sometimes develop an unhealthy taste for blood. Baritones. The wood of intelligent apple trees is often used for equally intelligent and beautifully shaped living accessories of all types. For a long time, botanists thought that it may be possible to find other intelligent fruit varieties. So far, the search has proved fruitless.
Ha ha.
Mandrake should only be cultivated by experienced gardeners. The cry of the baby mandrake can kill anyone within 20 meters instantaneously. This plant reminds me of the one that Arbor's having problems with at the moment. Love lily. The love lily enters into an enduring relationship with another plant very early in its life, which frequently lasts its lifetime. If the partner plant dies, then the love lily does not normally survive the separation.
Oh.
This plant reminds
That's probably not very good. Which bedroom is this? Our bedroom? Maybe? Are we unlocking our own door? Yeah. There you go.
The door can be opened easily from the outside. If it was up to me, it would stay open.
Let's go this way. I want to go talk to Arbor. Hey, I found a problem with your plant. Or maybe the problem with your plant. Or something. Hey, Arbor.
Hi, Arbor.
Oh, Ivo!
I think I know the name of your patient. It's a love lily.
You don't look particularly loved up.
That's exactly the problem. Love lilies enter into a lifelong partnership with another plant. And if they're separated...
Then they let their heads droop. Good theory. But the fairies know their plants. They'd never have given us a love lily without its partner.
Look, I found this book in the library.
Woodcrafts? Why are you showing me that?
I thought it might interest you.
I don't like horror stories.
Aww.
Horror stories?
Wood that has been clamped into a revolving monstrosity to be whittled down layer by layer to the core? What do you call that then?
Sorry, never looked at it like that.
Branches sawed off, boards nailed together, wood treated with chemicals. Sick stuff.
Aww.
If I were ill and needed to make some medicine, then you'd help me with that, wouldn't you?
Ill? You're an elf. Elves don't get ill.
But if I were...
Oh, come on. Now tell me. How can I help you?
Do we have a metis bush in the garden here?
That bush over yonder.
But that fruit's red.
And what colour do you expect then?
Green. Are they only green when they're not ripe?
Nah, they're blue then. They're green when the bush senses danger.
Lulz.
Pardon?
The metis bush has exceptionally delicious sweet fruit. But if it thinks it's in danger, then they go green and very sour. Call it a defence mechanism.
Ah, and the bush only has red fruit because it has nothing to be afraid of here.
That's right.
Do you know how I could get my hands on some honey?
Try the kitchens.
I prefer not to wander through the castle.
Of course. Someone would tell your mother.
Would that beehive in the tree over there be of any help?
Oh, I'd be careful with that. The bees defend their honey and can give you a nasty sting.
Couldn't they be distracted or tricked in some way?
Beekeepers wear protective clothes and use smoke that calms the bees. But I don't have any beekeeper kit here. I just let the bees keep their honey and they pollinate my flowers. That's how we've always done it.
I often see you fishing. Could you lend me your rod?
Of course, if you bring it back in one piece. What's up?
I was convinced that I would have to make my own fishing rod or that you'd ask me to collect a variety of mystical items in exchange for it.
Why? It's only a rod.
I agree with Ivo.
Thanks.
Well, everything needs to be complicated, you know.
Are you sure? Tell that to game developers.
There's something else. See you later, Arbor.
See ya.
Alright. So...
This is a metis bush, just what I need. Only its fruit is red, not green.
Did I specifically need green berries? I don't even remember if I did. Do I Oh, here we go. Scare the bush.
If the bush had a heart, it would have skipped a few beats. Thanks.
We did something correctly. Okay, so we need something to smoke. Honey. And... now we shall fish. In the pond. And please give me a red herring.
I don't have a clue about fishing, but I'll try my luck. Just as I expected, nothing. On the other hand, somehow I have the feeling that I now know what I'm doing.
Fishing skill has risen to 1. Ah, man. That's awesome. There's actually worms here, though. So...
I really shouldn't... it's only Earth.
It is. It is.
I should tell Mother how her daughter... well, she'd be delighted.
I'm sure she would. I'm sure she would.
The worms provide a great lure and should increase my fishing success rate, whatever that is. I always hang one onto the hook before I cast the line out. The worms provide a great...
Okay, have you done it? I don't know. We'll try it. Hope that you put a worm on it. I don't know.
I guess that I can just practice until I'm good enough.
Fishing skill 1.
Or I could try to speed things up by learning more about fishing elsewhere.
Fishing skill has risen to 2! Oh, come on. I want to do this.
The worms provide a great lure and should... I always...
Can I raise my fishing skill to 3? Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Nope.
Nothing.
I can! Yes! I wanna just because it's weird.
As suspected, there are red herrings swimming in the pond. They are really saltwater fish that live in the sea. But they always come back to their homeland to breed. They're the only known fish variety that can scale nearly vertical cliffs.
Huh? Fishing skill. Huh?
A classic.
Fishing skills risen to 4. Okay, I'm sorry. This is way too much fun. Oh!
At last.
We get a red
Now I
herring!
can take the red herring off my list.
Fishing skills risen to 5. We got a red herring! Can I raise it more?
I've got what I need, but this is so much fun. And perhaps I'll have a bit of luck catching other interesting things in the pond.
Yeah! Do it, Ivo! Do it! I'm gonna raise my fishing skill. I know we're way over time, but...
A classic.
How much can we raise the fishing skill? I'm pretty sure there's going to be an achievement for this. Come on, come on. How much can I raise it? I know we're way over time. I want to raise my fishing skill. Come on. Ooh, what is that?
A classic.
Ooh, 7? Okay. We're going to do this forever. I'm just telling you. I want to have a 10 at least. Oh, we got a hat.
A fishing hat, which not so long ago I thought was extremely hideous. But now... I am the master of all rods, the ruler of the river and the goddess of the water!
Fishing
what's
skill
more,
1000!
I'm looking good. That's me and fishing done. I've reached my peak.
Yes! And she keeps the hat! Oh my gosh!
I think I fished enough today. There are other things to do.
I love this. This is why Book of Unwritten Tales are like the best games. Some of the best games ever. And with that, we're actually going to finally take a break for now and be back in the next episode. Super psyched. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so proud. My fishing skill is 1000. Alright, so thank you all very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying the game, and I'll see you later.